Hello, fellow ink drinkers, and welcome back to the Blind Girls Book Talk podcast. My name is Aria, and I'm actually recording alone here today. So, things have been a little bit crazy. And how last time Belle had said that we're going to have a story time. Yeah, I'm just going to essentially be giving kind of a life update and story time today instead of doing a bad retelling of Metamorphosis. So if you're looking for like bookish stuff, that will be next week. We're going to be doing a How Well Do We Know Belle challenge. Me and Belle's friend Beth are going to be doing this, and it is going to be a 2-part episode, so that's what's going to be going on next week. So come back then if you want more kind of like bookish kind of things. But today is just going to be a life update and talking about what all's been going on and why Belle's not here with me today and everything like that. So to tell this story, I need to rewind to a couple weeks ago at the beginning of July of this year, which is 2023. So Belle had noticed that she had kind of like this almost like lump on her back, but she never really thought anything of it. Well, when the beginning of July came around, we had gone down to Tennessee for like a girls' trip vacation kind of deal, and two of Belle's friends ended up coming and meeting us there. And so when we got down to Tennessee, Belle had a really, really bad pain in her back. And so, of course, we all noticed that she had a lump in on her lower back, and it seemed to be getting kind of worse. It was just really inflamed and irritated, and we figured, take her to MedExpress, find out what's going on, does it need drained, like that kind of thing, no big deal. So my mom takes Belle to MedExpress, and it turns out you have a place like in your lower back that's kind of like a pocket, and in some people it can fill with fluid. We didn't know that. And so that's what was going on with Belle. It had, she had this pocket. Something happened and it just started filling with fluid. They said, the only way it's a big deal is if Belle starts running a fever, or if anything like in her body starts going numb, then she has to go to an ER. But otherwise, it's fine. Just see your doctor, when you get back home kind of deal. So we went through the vacation. Technical difficulties ensued for podcast-wise, which made it really difficult for me to get up the episode on time, which was, I believe, last week. And so then we came home from Tennessee. Our dad got pretty sick. He had kind of like a stomach bug after recovering because he had heart surgery. It just kind of made everything worse. So there was that. Belle's back was really, really bothering her. So she ended up getting an appointment with her PCP office. And she saw one of the physician's assistants, no big deal. Well, she goes into that appointment and she told me afterwards, she said, so the physician's assistant who came in, she was super calm, super chill, when we were starting the appointment. And then I showed her my back, and then she got a little less calm. And so she had to go for an ultrasound. They didn't really find anything. She then luckily got in with a surgeon because Belle was like, I need to get this fixed before we leave in August to move down to South Carolina for Belle to go to law school. So on top of all of this, we're trying to pack. So, it just keeps adding. But anyway, so Belle went to see the surgeon, and the surgeon told her that it's kind of this rare-ish type of lipoma that they just have to kind of surgically remove. And that the surgeon's going to try their best, but, there is a chance that they might miss some of it and therefore it might come back. So she's just going to have to keep an eye on it. But, they're pretty confident that, they're going to be able to fix this. So Belle has surgery scheduled for the day I'm recording this. Her surgery is tomorrow. So that's why Belle isn't here today as I'm recording. Since we went on vacation, our recording schedule has just been really thrown off. And with, having to move and everything and having to pack, it's been really, really difficult to find time to record. So right now I have a little bit more wiggle room than she does at the moment because she's trying to get most of her stuff packed before she goes to surgery, because after surgery she's not going to be able to lift or bend or pretty much move very much. So that's going to be a whole thing. But yeah, it's just been kind of a really crazy time. And it's one of those things are not going according to plan at all. And we're just kind of trying to take things one day at a time. So yeah. But anyway, why Belle had said last time that she wanted to do the bad retelling of Metamorphosis was because while we were in Tennessee and her friends came down, her friends had said, you should actually really name your lump just because, it's there. It's part of you. Just try to make a bad situation a little bit better, a little bit, more funny kind of thing. And so Belle was like, oh, that's a great idea. Sounds like a good idea. And she's like, well, what should I name it? And I said, well, obviously something literary because, why not? And you should do it after, something that you're not really a fan of. And so, of course, Belle does not like Metamorphosis. And that was the first thing that came to my mind. And I was like, well, why don't you name it Gregor? And she said, that's it. That's the name. That's the one. Because it's, a different name. It's a little weird. And that it seems perfect, for this lump that is causing me a lot of pain in my back and is distorting certain parts of my body. So her lump on her lower back is named Gregor. Tomorrow, hopefully Gregor will be gone. Hopefully he won't come back. But yeah, it's just been a crazy, crazy time these past couple months. And hopefully once we move, things will kind of settle down and get a little bit better. We do have, things scheduled, and I'm hoping that Belle will feel well enough, a couple days after her surgery that we can at least spend a little bit of time recording and maybe trying to record enough episodes up until we move. I'm hoping that once we get past all that and we get kind of settled down there, then we'll be able to start making an actual recording schedule, a recording time, and be able to set it up. And hopefully I can steal Belle away from her studying for at least a half hour to sit down and record an episode or two. And if not, Beth, who has been on the show before and who will be in next week's episode, I'm hoping I can talk her into recording some with me if Belle, isn't able to, or, that kind of thing. So, yeah, so this is hopefully a pretty short episode. Sorry for the lack of bookish content. It's been insane. Life has just been insane. It feels like our family is kind of falling apart just with all the craziness that's been going on. So just trying to deal with all of that it's been a wild time. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to talk about. So I think I'm just going to end the episode here. Thank you guys for listening, for coming along, not only today, but just kind of this entire time we've been posting episodes. It's been a great time, honestly, and I'm glad that I have this show, when things are crazy, because at least this has kind of put some stability in my life when, things have gone horribly, horribly wrong. So thank you for being there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to my story time. Of course, if you like the episode, I mean, you know the drill. Do the things. Help us out if you can. And if you can't, hey, I get it. No big deal. No pressure. It's fine. And then, like I said earlier, next week we're going to be doing a 2-part episode of the Bookish How Well Do We Know Belle challenge. So that will be in there as well, and probably editing me will jump on every so often in that episode as well. So just, be prepared for that. It'll be coming. So yeah. So thank you guys again for everything, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.